How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneticshark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this review and see what I saw. So the other day, I had the chance of checking out an awesome new film that came out in theaters on October 6th. And this awesome film was a long-awaited film. A lot of people have been waiting to get this character finally in its own solo film. And it's a great Marvel character that really needed a good introduction, because the first introduction we got to him in an actual film in Spider-Man 3 kind of fell dud. And that, of course, is the awesome film Venom. Oh yeah, the anti-hero. So anywho, I saw Venom with my good friend Chris the other day, and this movie, I went in thinking, I'm not too sure if this is going to be a great film or not. And I ended up coming out of it going, holy crap, that actually was a really decent film. Now, this awesome film was directed none other than by an awesome director that I think is probably one of the best directors around, and just has a lot of great vision, and is just a fun and awesome director. And that, of course, is Mr. Ruben Fletcher. Now, Ruben Fletcher you might recognize as the director of the first movie I would like to talk about that he directed, is none other than the awesome film Zombieland. Oh yeah, Zombieland. That is probably one of the best and awesomest zombie films around the last, 20 years. Because this movie is just freaking hilarious and awesome, really amazing. I know it's hitting its 10th anniversary this year, or next year, sorry. And it's just a really fun and awesome film, and, Ruben did a great job of directing it. The whole, mismatched communication between the characters in the film were just so awesome. Like, Emma Stone and Woody Harrelson all worked so well together. Abigail Breslin, just everyone was so awesome in it, and it was a really well done film, and I thought Ruben did a really good job of directing it, giving us a really awesome kind of different, comedy / zombie horror film, that we've had come out and along over the years. But this one was just really awesome, and I like how it, they kind of took it to a kind of a different level, kind of, having these rules of if a zombie apocalypse happened and so forth. And I think that was really well conveyed and really done well by Jesse Eisenberg in the film. And I just thought Ruben did a really amazing job with that. Another awesome film that Ruben Fletcher directed is an awesome gangster type of film that's supposed to be taking place back during like the 30s or 40s, kind of that Zoot Suit era type of film, pre-liquor times, when they banned liquor for the while there and stuff like that. And this movie has an all-star cast. You got James Brolin in it. Josh Brolin. You had Sean Penn. You had Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling. I mean, you just had this huge cast in the film. And, of course, that is the film The Gangster Squad. Oh, yeah. Gangster Squad. I know a lot of people didn't care too much for the film, but I thought it was actually pretty awesome. I thought it was a different type of kind of Zoot Suit era type of film. We're so used to seeing like the ones based on, reality, based on true stories and so forth. But I like the way Ruben took this film. I like how he gave it a different type of character of what those people were like. And Sean Penn played a really good bad guy in the film and played a really good mobster type of character. And it just was really well-rounded. And I thought that it had a great story, and I thought everyone involved was really good in it, and just worked really well together and made a fun film. And I thought Ruben, directed it so beautifully and gave us an interesting and new take on, during that time frame, those types of mobsters and so forth. And I just thought it was really well done. Really enjoyed it. But it comes to Venom, I was really impressed with his direction of the film. I totally feel that he had a great vision. He had a great storyline. I love the comedy elements in it. I love just how the movie kind of flowed and blended. I could definitely tell scenes that seemed to be longer or needed to be longer to explain more. And I feel those are probably what they ended up having to do to make it such a short movie and kind of cut down certain spots. But other than that, I thought Ruben did a really good job of making the film, making a great new Marvel character's first debut film of just himself being kind of an anti-hero. And just really knew what he wanted to do, and he really brought that and made a decent and awesome superhero film. So this movie had a really awesome cast, lots of great actors and actresses, lots of great, just people that really have great chemistry, that just are really good, like supporting actors and main actors and so forth, and just really good at what they do, and they bring always usually really great presence to the characters. Now, to start off this awesome cast, we have none other than the main person himself that is a part of Venom in the film. And that, of course, is Mr. Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy you might recognize from a slew of films. Bronson, you might recognize him as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. You might recognize him, like I said, from Mad Max Fury Road. But a couple of films I really enjoyed him and thought he was fantastic in were none other than the awesome film that Leonardo DiCaprio finally got his Oscar deserving worthy award that he should have gotten a long time ago. And that, of course, is the film The Revenant. Now, The Revenant is just an amazing, awesome survival kind of wilderness action flick with one of the most realistic bear fighting scenes I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, they had it down to the detail of what it really would be like, and I thought that was quite amazing. And just Leonardo's performance in that was just so intense and so realistic and so awesome. And in the film, Tom Hardy plays one of the main characters as well that's a part of the group that Leonardo DiCaprio goes out in for the wilderness adventure that they're doing, the bear hunting and so forth. And Tom's character, I just really appreciated too in the film. I thought he was really good. I thought he did a really great, realistic type of job and thinking like a person of that time frame would be back in the late 1800s. I think that they did a good job of him playing such kind of a great kind of nice character, but at the same time he has a evil side to him that, takes him down the path that he is and that he wants to do and, basically go on his own and not wait for Leonardo DiCaprio basically to die or to, whatever happens to him. And I just thought Tom Hardy did a really good job with that, and I think he was fantastic in it and played that character really well to the T and just made a really intense and awesome just performance in that film. Now, another great film that he was in that I think he was really good in too as well, and another Leonardo DiCaprio film, and that of course is the awesome Christopher Nolan film Inception. Now, Inception is just an amazing, awesome, like thriller slash kind of futuristic slash action adventure type of film that involves dreams and stuff like that. And Tom Hardy's character in the film is just a really awesome co-character in the trio of people that is helping Leonardo DiCaprio in the film. And I just loved his accent in the film. I loved his character. I thought he was really hilarious and fun. I thought his action sequences were really good. And I just thought he brought a lot of great sense to his character, a lot of great, passion, and just, made the character really awesome. And just made it very entertaining. He was very entertaining as the character, and he brought that and gave us an interesting and new character that I feel is very different than some of his other characters he's played. And I think it's probably one of his other best performances, I feel, that he's portrayed, versus like Mad Max Fury Road or his character in Bronson or in Legend and so forth. I just think that this character was a lot better than those supposed such great performances. But when it comes to Venom, I really like him as Eddie Brock. I wasn't too sure about him at first, but I really thought he did a great job of playing that character. I love his interaction with Venom and just their like symbiotic relationship and how they bounce off of each other. I thought that was fantastic and was really so close and really related to how the Venom comics are. And I thought they did a really brilliant job with that. And I thought Tom did an amazing job playing that character, giving us an interesting and awesome character. And this is now probably my favorite role of his now, because I just think that this was such a great characterization and a great representation of Venom and Eddie Brock together. And that I think they're going to do a lot of good with the next couple films that they'll do. And just, he was so entertaining. It was so awesome. Really liked him in it. A must-see if you're a big Tom Hardy fan. Most definitely. Now, we also have in this awesome cast another brilliant actor that I think is just amazing, awesome, just really just talented, just really well-rounded, and I think that she has a lot to offer, and slowly is getting better and better over the years as she learns more and more stuff, I feel, and has ventured into different fields and stuff, and I think her comedy is her best suit. And that, of course, is the late, great Heath Ledger's ex. The late, great Heath Ledger's ex. That we truly miss, Mr. Heath Ledger. And that, of course, is Michelle Williams. Now, Michelle Williams, you might recognize from a slew of films. Manchester by the Sea. You might recognize her from that All the Money in the World that just came out at the end of last year. You might recognize her from H2O. You might recognize her from a slew of type of films. Now, a couple films I really enjoy her in, and I think it's just a fantastic, one of her best roles ever, and just one of her best and awesome performances, and showing her great comedic talent. And that, of course, is in the film I Feel Pretty. Now, in I Feel Pretty, she plays the boss of Amy Schumer in the film, and she has this voice in the film that's very high-pitched and, very soft-spoken at the same time, and it was absolutely freaking hilarious. Oh my god, it was so stinking funny. I was laughing so hard every time she talked. And it was like this, talking like this and stuff like that. And I was just laughing, because, she brought such a great comedic talent to that role that I didn't realize she had that great of a, comedic timing in her. And she did such a great job, and it was an amazing performance by her. And I really enjoyed her in the film, and she was just a great addition to that film. Because that whole film was just amazing. If you haven't seen I Feel Pretty, check it out, people. It's so good, so awesome. And she just was, hilarious and brought such a great entertainment level and made it so enjoyable and wanting to watch it and view it. And it was a great performance. I think it's one of her best performances to date. She was awesome in that film. Really funny and just great to watch. Now, that brings me to the other movie that I really enjoyed that she was in. And, of course, I already mentioned the title of this film a little earlier ago. And that, of course, is the awesome film that's supposed to take place 20 years after the original film of this series. And that, of course, is H2O, Halloween. Ooh. So, this film, of course, is supposed to be 20 years after the first, Halloween supposedly happened, and this is just a really awesome and amazing film. I think it's one of the better of the sequels that they've came out with over the years, and I thought, bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis in that one was really awesome as well. But Michelle Williams' character in the film, I really enjoyed her. I liked her character in it. I liked how she played kind of different than most of her other roles at the time. She was very mellow and very normal type of person, everyday average girl, versus what she's played being kind of preppy and prippy and stuff like that. And I thought that was a great new addition to her acting ability in that film, and I just thought she brought a lot of great chemistry, and I thought that she was really good and really interacted well with all the characters in the film, and just was a really good addition to that film. Now, it comes into Venom. Her part wasn't huge in Venom, but she did do a pretty decent job. I didn't think it was the greatest, one of her greatest acting jobs of the world, but I didn't think it was bad either. But I did like how they kept her role to a minimum in the film and really focused on Eddie's character. And I thought that she did a really good job of interacting in the scenes that she was in, especially when she had her interact with Tom Hardy and the CGI work of Venom. And I thought that she really brought an interesting take on the character of his, girlfriend at this time, before he became Venom and stuff like that. And I thought that they did an interesting job with that, and it'll be interesting to see if they continue with her character in the other subsequent films, and to see if she comes back and, brings on a bigger performance. But even in the scenes that she was in, I thought that, like I said, I thought they were well done, and I thought she was pretty funny in a couple scenes, especially the scene when they're in the restaurant and she has to deal with Eddie's odd behavior, and I think that was absolutely just fantastic, that role of hers and how she did it, and I thought she did a fantastic job. So to round out this cast, we have none other than the gorgeous and beautiful, and just I think is so funny and talented, and I think she's an underestimated, amazing actress, and that of course is Miss Jenny Slate. Now Jenny Slate you might recognize for bits and pieces in shows, TV shows, movies, and so forth, voiceover works and so forth like that. Now, a couple of films I really enjoyed her and thought she was fantastic in were none other than the awesome film, back in, I think it was 2011 or 12 that it came out, and it was just a fun sequel that was a fun and just hilarious, CGI live action type of film. And that, of course, is the film Alvin the Chipmunk's Shipwrecked, where she plays this lady that's shipwrecked in the island that they get shipwrecked, and basically her evil plot to try to get off the island, basically. She kind of plays the movie's bad guy, and I thought she did such a great job. I love how, like, sweet and innocent she was, and then all of a sudden you actually see her behind closed doors, and she's like this evil, tyrannical person, and I thought that she did such a great job with that. I thought it was so hilarious and funny. I think she was just absolutely hilarious. Stupidly funny, too, at the same time, and just did a really great presence to that character, and just was a great kind of, like, mini villain in the film, and just her interaction with all the characters in the film and stuff like that, and just between the chipmunks and stuff like that, she just really brought it and gave us a really fun and entertaining performance, and I really enjoyed it. I thought she was fantastic in the film. If you haven't seen that, check it out, people. Chipwreck. That film is, I think, hilarious. I think all those films are good. They're so much fun, and just, they're mindless, like, good type of films to watch when you don't feel like really paying attention, or that you don't want to put too much thought into a film. That's what these are, and they're just fun entertainment, pure fun, and just a pure joy, and Jenny did a really good job in that film. Now, the other film that I really enjoyed her in was a voiceover work that she did in this film, and I thought she played, once again, another great villain, and just really brought a lot of great characterization to the CGI character she was playing, along with her voice. And that, of course, is the awesome Disney film, Zootopia. Oh my god, Zootopia is such an amazing, awesome CGI film. So worthy of its Oscar win, so worthy of just being a great Disney CGI film. And Jenny Slate was just awesome as the sheep in the film. She was hilarious. I loved her demeanor. That voice of hers is just so interesting sounding. And so whenever she puts it into a voiceover, you instantly know that's her. But at the same time, you're like, it's perfect with that character that she's playing, and just it brings out such great facial expressions that they give the CGI character and stuff like that. Her voice, it has such a great quality to it and great character in her voice, and I thought she did a great job of bringing that to this film and giving us a really awesome / kind of good / bad sheep character that's really evil and really is the one behind everything, etc., and just was really awesome, really well done, really amazing, and I just thought she did a really fantastic job with that. Now, with her character in Venom, I really enjoyed it. I didn't care how they ended her character, but other than that, I thought she was really fantastic as the Doctor character in the film. That was help with the research of the symbiote creatures from outer space. And I just thought she was fun and fresh in it. I loved her kind of innocence, but yet at the same time, kind of sad cowardice, I don't know what to do kind of character. And I thought she did a really good job. She was really fun and entertaining, really hilarious, just a fun role. And I thought her interactions with Tom Hardy were really awesome too. I loved their chemistry in the film, and I thought it worked really well and was a perfect kind of envelope for more of that type of character to come into the series and really give us kind of a more of an in-depth look into maybe that character in the past or something. Just a really awesome character, and I really enjoyed Jenny in the film. So if you're not familiar with what Venom is about, basically, Venom is the origin story of Venom the symbiote from the Marvel comic books, basically. And the movie basically takes place about Eddie becoming one with the symbiote and kind of his journey to becoming, Venom, and just him and Venom having kind of a relationship and being coexisting, basically. And kind of the crap that he had to go through to get to that point. And that's pretty much what the movie is about. Just a really awesome film. He basically has to stop other evil symbiotes from taking over the world, etc., that type of thing too as well. And just, it's a fun, awesome, entertaining, action-packed film. It's nothing of Oscar-worthy or of awards-worthy, but it just was a really well, fun, entertaining film. And a great addition to just the superhero, anti-superhero type of genre films, giving us something that was really fun, entertaining, and interesting, and I was very glad to see Venom get the justice he needed for. And I thought this was a great first performance for Venom and really showing how Venom could be. And I thought he was on pinpoint. Really well done. CGI work was really amazing, I thought, with the combination of live action. I thought that they did a really good job of just Venom and Tom Hardy working together and how they interacted. I thought that was really well done and just a fun and entertaining type of film. If you haven't seen it, go check it out in theaters now, people. Venom is such an awesome film. Don't go by what the critics say, because this movie, let me tell you, it's going to surprise you. You're going to be like walking out of the theater and going, that actually wasn't too bad. Those critics weren't right. It's not as bad as they say it is. You know, you can't go by what other people say, but at the same time, you know, there's a little bit of thread. You're like, okay, if I feel I want to see entertainment, I go see entertainment. Because that's what the movie industry is about. It's not about being the best picture. It's not about being the best cinematographer. Movies and entertainment are what they are. They're entertainment for our enjoyment, and that's what it is. And that's what this film was. It was pure entertainment and fun. Definitely, like I said, go check it out. I give this one a 10 golden movie boxes up on. I think it was fantastic and fun. Really enjoyed everyone involved in it. Thought it was really well done. Yeah. So, go check it out. Okay. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And also, thank you for subscribing. If this is your first time here, if you've been here before and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button so to miss this video or any of the other awesome videos I put up. And also, people, keep your eyes up for any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, people, check out the awesome Stardust app, people. Such an awesome app where you can watch 3 to 30-second little mini reviews of movies, TV shows, trailers, anything your heart desires. And also, this awesome app always has cool polls and contests going on, too, as well, to win cool prizes. So that's something interesting. Go to your prospective stores, you know, either Google or Apple's, and download the app. Look me up under Cyberneticshark, and then I'll follow you back, people. And as always, check in the next one.